Welcome to the Connecticut Critical Incident Stress Management presentation. My name is Bob Norton, a team member. For the next 10 minutes, we'll be reviewing stress and how it relates to critical incident stress, what crisis intervention, specifically critical incident stress management is, a bit about our parent organization, the International Critical Incident Stress Foundation, our group, the Connecticut Critical Incident Stress Management Team, and finally, where you can get more information. We're all under some sort of stress all day long, from when we wake up to when we go to sleep, and even sometimes in our dreams. We actually need stress. Good stress or eustress motivates us to push harder on projects, physical activity, and to think quickly on our feet when we're confronted with a potential serious situation. If the stress is too intense or lasts too long, it can become debilitating. In other words, eustress can turn into distress. Stress adds up. For example, when we wake up and have difficulties at home in the morning, then experience various complications at work or school, all of these activities raise the amount of active stress within our bodies. If we encounter a significant incident along the way, that adds to the stress we're putting upon ourselves. Cortisol regulates the amount of stress reactions we are under. When operating normally, it helps us think quick, run fast, and be the best that we can be. When we're overloaded with cortisol, or it comes out at the wrong time of the day or night, our bodies react adversely. As the intensity of the stress increases, we improve our performance up to a certain point. Then if the stress becomes too much or lasts too long, the performance decreases. Critical incident stress is a specific reaction or reactions to a very bad incident. While beauty is in the eye of the beholder, or something one person finds pretty or sounds great may not necessarily be viewed the same by another person, critical incidents are the same. What affects one person may or may not affect another person who experienced the same incident. Dr. Jeffrey Mitchell, one of the co-founders of the International Critical Incident Stress Foundation, developed a very simple definition. It's a normal reaction by normal people to an abnormal situation. The general public thinks all calls to 911 are abnormal. First responders learn that in their careers, likely 85 to 90% of the calls they go on are routine. There may be another 5 to 8% that are significant in that they need to use many of their skills to be successful. In the remaining 2 or 3% of the calls over the course of their careers, they may witness very significant incidents which affect the first responder and would be considered abnormal. Their reaction to those abnormal incidents are in fact normal given the circumstances. It is the basic definition of critical incident stress. So what is a critical incident? Any situation that causes a strong reaction. Remember, it's the reaction that determines the response, not the incident. If someone has a strong reaction to what others may determine a less than traumatic incident, that person still needs support. We can think of examples of the worst, but any incident that has a highly emotional impact on those involved qualifies to be considered a critical. Our reactions can come in the form of physical, behavioral, or emotional responses. Keep in mind that some of the physical symptoms could be indicators of more serious medical conditions and should be checked with a qualified medical provider. It is not uncommon for these reactions and symptoms to linger for days or even weeks. More than 4 weeks and additional support should be considered. There are different types of crisis intervention, but all are short-term solutions that are designed to be effective during the incident and immediately thereafter. The goals of crisis intervention are simple. Reduce tension, mobilize resources for the person in crisis, and restore people to adaptive function. Those who need more help beyond critical Incident stress management are referred to mental health professionals for additional care. Various types of group interventions were created to address the type of group affected and timing since the event. It is very important to get both things right. First responders are far more likely to discuss open issues with their peers than directly with mental health professionals. Critical incident stress management teams open the doors and are present with mental health professionals to obtain the best possible results. If only one person is affected, the team can meet in person, over the phone, or even by way of electronic messaging. Various types of group interventions were created to address the type of group affected and the timing since the event took place. It is very important to get both right. With origins dating back to World War I, the study of interventions post-traumatic incident have found to be effective when returning personnel to duty status. The ICISF concentrated on peer counseling using organized formal procedures designed to work with emergency services personnel. Once found to be the best option for this group, procedures expanded to individuals and groups involved in large-scale incidents. The United Nations uses the ICISF model worldwide when responding to disasters, man-made, as well as regions in conflict. The Connecticut Critical Incident Stress Management Team consists of about 45 members from various backgrounds. All are volunteers. Many have specialty training, and several are ICISF instructors able to teach several different types of classes and in-service programs. The Connecticut team offers all types of responses contained in the Critical Incident Stress Management Program. The coordinators work out the best program and the best timing once someone in need has dialed the 800 number. We operate on scene if it's a long incident, at first responder facilities, at other meeting venues, even over the phone or by way of electronic messaging. It does not need to be a big incident to request our services. Remember, it's the reaction that drives the response, not the incident. If you're in question whether a response is appropriate, please call our 800 number and speak to one of the coordinators. Classes are available to members of any first responder agency. The first is Assisting Individuals in Crisis. This 2-day program provides a firm understanding of critical incident stress management and gives students many tools to use in their respective organizations, as well as more comfort in knowing when to call the team for a larger response. The Group Crisis Intervention class is also 2 days and builds upon the individual course to begin to work as a team with groups of individuals experiencing strong reactions to a significant event. All class information is located on our website. Feel free to visit our website at www.ctcism.org for additional information. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. Thank you for your interest in helping first responders stay safe.